Good morning, I'm Matt Sullivan.
And I'm Dave Choate. Welcome to this week's edition of BizEngineTV. As always, you can find this video on both YouTube and www.bizengine.com. You can also check us out on Facebook and on Twitter at The BizEngine.
Oh, and the Facebook, facebook.com/BizEngine.
Thank you.
So let's get into it. It is Friday morning, February 3rd, as we're recording this. The big news that just came out on CNN.com is that the job growth for the economy is better than expected, and the unemployment rate fell to 8.3%. What was interesting about this is just prior to the announcement, both Dave and I were reading an article on Reuters who was claiming that according to a poll that small business hiring was going to be flat and that the unemployment rate was going to hold steady at about 8.5% for January of 2012. This was huge, coming off of a great month of December 2011, which everyone thought that flatness, that there was going to be stagnant growth essentially, was because December's numbers were so great because of the holidays and Christmas hiring, and that we probably weren't going to see that continued growth going into the new year. So it's actually a pleasant surprise, and I was laughing this morning seeing that article from Reuters saying we're going to hold steady, and then all of a sudden the official numbers come out, and we've actually the economy is continuing to grow, and it's going in the right direction. What do you think might be causing this, Dave?
Well, I think there's a lot of things causing this. We've been seeing a lot of economic trends that are headed in the right direction, really. We're seeing better consumer confidence, we're seeing better business confidence, which I think we'll get to a little bit later in the broadcast. And we've just been seeing, a boost in sales, a boost in financing. So really everything is kind of headed in the right direction for the first time in a long time. Yeah,
it's seen back-to-back months like this of great numbers is just, it's great news, and personally, anecdotally, it's a lot of job postings coming across my desk, both from friends, a lot of engineering and manufacturing jobs opening up. High tech growth is still there, so I think we're going to start seeing hopefully, knock on wood, the turning point that everything's going to start snowballing in the right direction.
It's a good thing that's a solid oak table.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And to move on to our next story, I'm going to switch gears for a second and talk franchise. The big news this week was that Burger King and Friendly's have teamed up in an unusual way. Basically, both companies are operating out of the same space, and they're offering sort of a fusion menu. The new store is called Friendly's Scoop. Right now it's only in New Jersey, but it's sort of an interesting step for Friendly's to take because they've been battling through bankruptcy for the last several months, I think it's been.
Yeah.
So really, it's kind of interesting for both companies. Burger King gets to offer, a lot of dessert products, some of the most famous ice cream in America, and Friendly's gets, the Burger King Boost, the brand name that's so successful. And this is something that I think could be extremely successful across the nation. And if this is something that kind of takes off here in New Jersey, I could see it spreading up into New England, especially near Boston where Friendly's is based.
It's not too often that you say something like, I hope it spreads out of New Jersey, and it's a positive thing.
Yeah, it's almost never really. Yeah.
And especially, we're a New England-based organization, and for me, growing up, Friendly's was a natural thing. You'd go to movies with your parents, or you'd go to some sports tournament, and a trip at Friendly's was inevitable, and was actually an awesome thing. So the recent bankruptcy news was not well received in the area. So now seeing that it can get Friendly's can get a second life by teaming with Burger King and having these co-branded locations is great news. And of course, we had the discussion, the combo meal of a Whopper and a Fribble. What do you call it? Is it a Fropper?
Or is it a Wibble?
It's that's a question for the ages. It's that's going to be one that they're going to have to hammer out.
Time will tell.
Yep. Last story of the day. It's we touched on it earlier. Is increased small business confidence. According to the Huffington Post, 75% of small business owners are claiming that that they're confident about where their business is going to be going in the coming year, which is the highest it's been in several years, really since 2007, 2008, when the current economic troubles started. So it's that's great news going into February. It's everyone's feeling the small business love with Valentine's Day right around the corner, and it's things that are going to be great. So it's some small businesses they're probably going to see an uptick in the month. Obviously, florist shops, restaurants, chocolatiers, anything related to around the holiday. But I'm sure that this confidence is more beyond just a single holiday growth, and it's really reflective again of the hiring, and the economic climate is starting to change.
It is, and I think it's a real positive. And as I've said, it's really the first time I think in 3 years that we've seen this confidence level so high.
Yeah.
So it's a huge deal. It really is.
Yep. So we do tape this on Fridays. Anything big for the weekend?
Just the Super Bowl, actually, and one thing I wanted to do here at the end of the broadcast, see which one of us horribly humiliates themselves. Who do you think is going to win the big game?
I'm going to go with the Bears 54-0. That's my worst Chicago accent. But being a complete Patriots homer, I think it's actually going to be a close game, a high-scoring game, just because both defenses really aren't that great. So I'm going to say Patriots 34, Giants 30.
Okay. And I'd love to disagree with you and then prove you wrong, but
Yeah.
I don't think I can. I think the Patriots, even with Gronkowski's ankle, are probably unstoppable. So I'll go 35-27 Patriots.
Gronkowski with one ankle is better than most people with no ankles.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true.
And in case you don't know, Dave actually is a NFL blogger for the Atlanta Falcons. You can check him out at the Falcoholic?
The Falcoholic.
At the Falcoholic on Twitter, and we'll make sure to put that link up for you. As always, the links to the stories we discussed will be posted below in the comments, both on YouTube and the BizEngine.com.
Yeah.
And look forward, if you have any suggestions, please post them in the comments, and we'll be posting regularly. Have a good weekend.
Good luck and good night.